Hello YouTube, back once again with my film reviews, and tonight I saw the new Marvel movie, or let's not say Marvel, Fox Marvel movie, the new Fantastic Four reboot, and oh boy, I'll be releasing the Kraken on this movie in just 1 second, but let me, I think it's fair to say a few good things about this movie, because there are a few, very few, but a few good things in this movie, and I'm just gonna say them right now because after this, I'm going unscripted and just releasing the goddamn Kraken on this movie. So, first, let me say, CGI was decent. They look good. The effects were kind of fun from time to time. So there's that. I can say that about the movie. That and the cast, the main four cast members of the cast of Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller, Kate Mara, and Jamie Bell. I really like all these actors. I think they're all really good, really talented actors. And they did save this movie from being one of the worst things ever, in my opinion. Like, if it was not for those four, this movie would have honestly just been unwatchably bad. Like, just completely one of the awful, just painful to sit through. But no, these four kept it together. Like Miles Teller and Kate Mara, when they were together, like it gave like Miles Teller a chance to do his nice, fun, his nice, very charming, like awkward kind of acting that he's really good at. And Kate Mara, I always enjoy Kate Mara. Her and her sister Rue Mara, they're just something I like about those two actresses. I just find them really likable, enjoyable actresses, even though they kind of always have that permanent frown on their face. Jamie Bell, I like him in turn. He's just as he's also good in this. Gotta say that. And Michael B. Jordan. Let me say this right now. For any of the goddamn racist assholes who are gonna try and say the reason this movie sucked is because it was horribly miscasted, and the big one will be because they got a black man to play the Human Torch. I will fuck you guys. That is all I can say, because let me tell you, that is not the problem with this movie, is the casting, and Michael B. Jordan is probably the most likable out of any of the performances. He's the only thing in this movie, part of this movie, that anytime he cracked a joke, it actually made me kind of smile. It actually made me kind of smile, like, cause they weren't funny lines, they weren't clever in the slice, but he just had so much charisma that made me laugh, because he was just so charming. So yeah, cast. Such a shame they were in this movie, especially Miles Teller, because I love Miles Teller, but I face the fact he's not a mainstream actor. Like he was in two of my all-time faves. He was in Whiplash and The Spectacular Now. He starred in both, but those are both indies. Those didn't get the largest of audiences. Also for Michael B. Jordan, like, I don't know what else he's really done besides this and Chronicle. And, but, like, for, like, Kate Mara and Jamie Bell, they're already completely established actors. They're having no issues getting work, those two. So, I feel really bad for Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller for the fact they were in this. Now, let's get into the bad of this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck it to hell, this goddamn piece of shit. I wanted this to be good. Don't you dare try to say, oh no, you probably just hate Marvel superhero films and that's why you didn't like this. Don't you dare try to make that as your argument, because no, I really liked the Avengers too. I really liked Ant-Man this year. I thought those two movies were tons of fun. This movie, though, I don't know how someone can defend this. It is so bad. It is so shockingly bad. Okay, let me try to process my thoughts some more. Okay, fine. For those who don't know the plot of the movie, it's about four misfits of society at Victor Von Doom. They create a transport, go in a parallel world, they get superpowers. That's the movie. Then Doom becomes evil because his last name's Doom. So fair enough. Do you know how long it takes them to get their powers? In an hour and 45-minute movie? About 1 hour. 1 hour in, do they finally get their goddamn powers? 1 hour of just these characters just walking around, spewing exposition. They do not build character. No character building. No fun barely fine. Very slight, but barely any fun interplay between all these really talented actors. Actors I really like and really enjoy watching. No, like, basically, like, as far as their friendship goes, like, the main four, like, you can only assume it all happened off screen for the most part, because they barely have any scenes with each other, and 1 hour, do they finally get their powers? So, you may be thinking, wait, does that mean there's no action in this movie? You bet there's no goddamn action movie. There is one goddamn action scene. One! In this day and age of superhero movies. Just one. And it's at the very end. Very end when they fight Doom. It's only about 4 minutes long. They beat him in about, like I said, after a minute of trying. Then the movie ends. And you will literally be just saying to yourself, was that it? Was that all the fuck I got in this movie? Where was the rest of it? Where was the rest of this goddamn movie? It's nowhere. Nowhere. It really is just that. And when they finally come together, it's not like it's a fun action sequence. Like, there are barely any fun moments to it. This movie just seems so convinced that you have never seen a single goddamn superhero movie before in your life. Because I really liked Ant-Man, and I said in my review, I said, why did this work so much? Because in that movie, fully acknowledged nothing left to do with the superhero origin story we haven't seen yet. So it had a very tongue-in-cheek attitude to it and kind of made fun of it, the fact it was doing it, like made fun of itself. They were taking the piss in that movie. But not this movie. This movie is deadpan serious from beginning to end. I am talking Man of Steel levels. And Man of Steel, for all of those who say that is unbelievably bad, no, it is not Man of Steel. It's not good. I don't like Man of Steel, but there's some good parts in it. There's, like, the action, there was a lot of action in the movie, and Zack Snyder, he's a good action director. He made, even though Nolan's script was really bringing down the joy of the film, Zack Snyder made some fun action in that movie. But at that end, it also had who played Zod in that movie? What's his name? Michael Shannon? Was it Michael Shannon? I'm just gonna say Michael Shannon. It may not be though. He was in the movie so much, and he hammed it like a god when he was in that movie. Literally, the villain of this movie, he disappears until the last 15 minutes of this movie shows up, and the climax starts. And then, like I said, it's one shitty action sequence, and then the movie is over. Just like that. Just like that. It is so unbelievable how bad this movie is. Because, like, if this movie came out, like, a decade or so ago, I'd say, whatever, it's kind of appropriate, like, because superhero movies weren't that big a decade ago. Like, the Marvel Canon Universe hadn't started yet, so I'd be like, It's appropriate. Not in this day and age, no, not at all. Is it appropriate to be this bad of a summer of a superhero action movie? It's unexcusable nowadays. It's unexcusable. I mean, and this director, this guy made Chronicle, which is actually a really good superhero movie, and how the fuck did he make this? It's so bad. I know I'm not. There's so little. I'm sorry. There's just so little to elaborate on this movie. Like, it's just so boring. Like I said, the four characters have no dynamic with each other for the most part. There's like no scene of fun interplay with them until the very last scene in the movie. I don't like. I think some of them don't even talk to each other. Kate Mara, she okay, the way they get their powers in this version is they travel to an alternate dimension and they get hit by like super energy there that turns them into give them superpowers. Kate Mara is not in that scene. She is still in the Earth dimension place, and just she happens to be in the room when they zap back and like some of the energy hits her. She's not part of the journey there though, so well. Whoever made that call, fuck you. Just fuck you. Did you... I can't believe that somehow this movie got made. Like, no one looked at the script. Nobody went... None of the director or the screenplay writers, like, didn't like go and see like the Ant-Man, like any of the Marvel movies. Like even the worst Marvel movie is 1,000 times better than it. Like Thor is, I consider the first Thor film the worst of the Marvel canon universe. 1,000 times better than this movie. There was some fun things in this movie. This movie is arguably worse than the original two Fantastic Four movies. I am dead fucking serious. It is that bad. Cause even those two movies are pieces of shit. I actually remember seeing the first one in theaters when I was a kid and thinking it was bad and not liking it as a kid. At least those movies had kind of a sense of fun to them. It was horribly done, but they tried to have a sense of fun to it. Not at all in this movie. No, just no. They decided they needed to be like the Dark Knight. And let's face it, guys, Batman is the only superhero you can be serious with, because the moment you throw in superpowers, it really takes it away. You can't take it that seriously when people are doing feats that aren't even possible. That's why The Dark Knight, probably the best superhero movie of all time, because not a single superpower thing happens in that movie. Like the villain, which is Heath Ledger, the Joker, they just nailed the fact he is nothing more than just an insane man who wants chaos and misery. But oh my god, like it is unbelievable. All I can say is, time to sell to Marvel, Fox. You have had 3 attempts and 3 failures. You're done. They're kind of like, it made, they're kind of even done with the X-Men franchise. Like I think it was announced that they're planning to like make a X-Men TV series with Marvel, because now they're kind of on their last legs with that the X-Men movies, because mainly for the fact Hugh Jackman says he doesn't want to be part of them anymore. What a pity. Don't see this movie. See Ant-Man instead. I think a few theaters are still playing Avengers 2. And so, that's another really good one, but don't see Fantastic Four. That really pains me to say that, because I really did want this to be good, because I really did like the 4 main cast members, and I said, how bad could it be in this day and age of superhero film? This is I can't think of a worse superhero movie I've seen in the past decade. I can't. Man, like I said, Man of Steel is better than this. Don't you dare try to argue Man of Steel was worse than this movie. Final rating. A 1 out of 5. The only reason I did not give this movie half a star out of 5 or a 1 out of 10, whatever you want to say. Okay, 1 out of 5, terrible. It's awful. Don't see it. The only reason I want to say this pained me to sit through it, the only thing that carried me through this movie was the 4 main cast members. Marvel, you want to gotta say this, Marvel. I'm sure we will be hearing in a few weeks now that the Fox has given up and selling Fantastic Four to Marvel like they should. And, Marvel, let me just say, you do not need to recast the main 4. You don't. They all can play. I have full confidence because that they could play. If you gave them a good script, they could be tons of fun. Because you could tell they were trying to bring some joy out of this miserable excuse of a script. Like, I was kind of pissed off. I was pissed off at Marvel when they recast Andrew Garfield from Spider-Man. I was like, dude, Marvel, those movies, the Spider-Man 2 wasn't Andrew Garfield's fault. Like, and he was probably the best thing about the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It wasn't his fault. Like, so you don't need to recast him. He's a really good good Spider-Man. I like him way more than I like Tobey Maguire. But so you don't have to recast these guys, Marvel. They deserve a second chance, because just fuck this movie. Just fuck this movie. YouTube, as always, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.